So the last time I came was 2022, and I would say that 2022 it was still very much focused on centralized identity access management, more traditional identity methods. This year, keynote right away, diving right into decentralized identity for enterprises, how that will affect them, how they're going to need to adapt, different strategies, things to consider when migrating over to a decentralized model. So it was really exciting. I've also noticed that the general atmosphere, general discussion is really mostly been about decentralized identity, regarding credentials, digital wallets, how those will be used by citizens, by enterprise customer users, by organizations, how they can leverage those. So it really seems that there has been a massive shift more in the way of the decentralized identity world that we know. Yeah, so Sam Curran from our team, our deputy CTO, he got to present during the, I think it was the Decentralized Identity Foundation's panel discussion. He did a demo of OpenID DIDComm, which was a really cool demonstration of how you can combine OpenID and DIDComm to extend the capabilities of OpenID to allow for mutual authentication brought by DIDComm. One of the really cool anecdotes that was made was, they asked the question, do you feel comfortable using hotel Wi-Fi? And everyone in there who's a technologist in this industry said no. He said, well, what if there was a protocol that made it possible to use unsecured networks with an extra layer of encryption so that regardless of the network you use, that there is that extra layer of security. That's what DIDComm makes possible. And then went into the demonstration with OpenID for DIDComm. That was really cool. So it really would extend the capabilities that OpenID has. What we've learned is, European Union has gone in the direction of OpenID. There was a lot of influence going, strongly in that direction. A lot of those organizations are finding out that there are some limitations to OpenID that can be greatly complemented by protocols like DIDComm that allow for that mutual authentication, that consistent relationship, the ability for other privacy-preserving mechanisms, the ability to have secure messaging. I would say those are just some of the benefits that DIDComm brings on top of OpenID. I think OpenID does a really good job at driving adoption of verifiable credentials, and DIDComm just extends that even further to bring in that more rich interaction.
So tell us about Indicio's OpenID offering.
Yeah, so our philosophy is enabling different credential types, different messaging protocols, different communication protocols that our customers need. So having customers in the EU or in other countries that need to have those protocols, that's something that we have absolutely made possible with our platform. So not limiting it to a specific credential type, a specific information exchange protocol, making it possible to use whatever you need, whatever situation. So that was really great to see. So Anil John, representing the DHS Silicon Valley Innovation Program, gave a presentation this morning, and he kind of gave a little bit of background and context around the different protocols and initiatives over the past couple of years that have helped advance the space. And he was highlighting that there have been quite a few different ones that have all progressed in different ways. But it was awesome to see DIDComm, OIDC, the other groups listed on there as well, highlighting the different approaches that organizations are taking to solve these common problems. Yeah, absolutely. I would say just by the sheer number of vendors that have entered the space and have released products or offerings in the space, just shows that there's demand for it, that there's adoption that's ongoing. We're seeing more and more pilots, more and more deployments, which is really exciting. So in general, in the past 2-3 years, the market has grown significantly. And I think with EIDAS 2.0 passing recently, I think we're only going to see more and more growth, especially here in Europe and then in other countries as well around the world.
Okay, thanks, James. We'll catch up with you later in the conference.